Next example, example number 4. Find the equations of the tangent and the normal to the graph y equals x squared minus 4x plus 2 at the point where the tangent is parallel to the x-axis. Well, let's just deal with that last bit first. If the tangent is parallel to the x-axis, just remind ourselves with the axes. Parallel to the x-axis means it's either, well, it's basically that slope, it's horizontal. So if its line is horizontal, we know that the gradient of that line will be equal to 0. So we know in this equation, in this question rather here, the gradient will be equal to 0 for the tangent if it's parallel to the x-axis. So we'll come back to that bit in a minute. As I said last time, the best way to start off on any of these questions is to find the gradient, which is dy dx. So starting with the x squared minus 4x plus 2, if we find the gradient, if we differentiate x squared, we get 2x, and if we differentiate the minus 4x, I get minus 4. So that is equal to my gradient. But hang on a minute, I said my gradient was equal to 0, and I said my gradient is equal to this. Well, that's the key thing. These two things must be equal to each other. So if I solve 0 equals 2x minus 4, I will find the value of x that I'm interested in this question. So if I move that minus 4 to the other side, think of it as adding 4 to both sides, and then divide both sides by 2, I know that I'm interested when x equals 2. And when x equals 2, the gradient of my curve, so the gradient when x is 2, is given by this 2x minus 4, which is 2 times by 2 minus 4, which is 4 take away 4, which is 0, as I expected. So it's just a little extra check we've got there. So I've got my tangent, I know it's got a gradient of 0, and I know it happens when x is 2. And I've got to find the equation of the tangent, and in a minute the equation of the normal. It might be helpful just to do a little sketch of this point. We've got a quadratic graph, which looks something like this. We just know it's a happy one because it's got a positive x squared. And we're interested in when the tangent is parallel to the x-axis, when its tangent is horizontal, and that will be here, a line like that. That will be the tangent line, and we've got to find that equation. Well, we've just worked out that this happens when x is equal to 2. We've also got to find out the normal, and the normal will be a line like this. Well, we can just write down the equation of that normal straight away. It's a vertical line. It's parallel to the y-axis. It crosses the x-axis at 2. The equation of that normal is just x equals 2. It's a vertical line. It's just x equals a number. To find the equation of the tangent, we need to know the coordinate here so we can find out this y number. Well, the equation we're using is y equals x squared minus 4x plus 2. And when x equals 2, that'll give me 2 squared, take away 4 times by 2, plus 2, which is 4 minus 8 plus 2. 4 minus 8 is minus 4, add 2 is minus 2. So this height of the curve, or the y value here, is minus 2. And that means because the tangent is a horizontal line here, its equation is just y equals a number. So the equation of the tangent is minus 2. Equation of the tangent there, y equals minus 2.